today.
From Commanders Field in Landover, Maryland.
This is Madden Football on EA Sports. We'll see Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders taking on Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
EA Sports, always proud to bring you the National Football League as we join you from Northwest Stadium, just outside Washington, D.C. Evan McPherson has this one teed up, and we are underway from Commanders Field. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. Leading him out, their young quarterback, the rookie from LSU.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line. He was able to escape momentarily in the backfield, but you could just kind of tell that wasn't going anywhere.
You know, in the film session, he'll get a minus for not getting him on the ground by himself. But what the coach is really going to analyze, how fast did his teammates get there to help him? If one guy slows him up, everyone else better be there, and that's what they got on that play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Daniels. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Throwing now is Daniels. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
And every time you step on a field, coaches are always going to talk about how important tackling is in a ball game. In this one, especially so. You can't allow these guys to break free and get extra yards after contact, but that's exactly what happens here. That can't continue as this game goes on.
Daniels now on 1st and 10. Got a man, it's Diaby Brown, complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Something looked weird there up front. The offensive lineman, it looks like they weren't on the same page.
Yeah, every play design has a huge element of trust that everyone's going to do their job. But if one person doesn't and you have a breakdown, everything goes to rubble.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Robinson gets the toss on the right side.
And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
Daniels looking to throw.
And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the 1st. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 4th down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And that is no good. He hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and this will remain a scoreless game. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
Partner doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game. But
his first throw of the game going to be intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2.
Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Here's 2nd and 10. To the air goes Daniels.
And this is Ertz with it, right side. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
the play fake. Daniels. That is caught. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
Now their versatile running back. Here's Austin Eckler.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. It's Eckler again. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down.
They go play action. Daniels.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So on 4th down, Austin Seibert on to try the Washington field goal.
From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder.
Seibert's kick is good. And it's 3-0 Washington.
So he gets an early chance to redeem himself, and he's able to put that one through.
And how happy is he that he's able to get that second chance so quickly after the first miss, gets his confidence back up, and who knows, they may need him for an even bigger kick later in the game.
After the made field goal, Seibert back out there to kick it away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive.
Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, putting together a good drive. They get some points of their own. Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Flushed out right. And I think the ball's out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Burrow on his toes that time as they get the first down.
They're already trailing here in this first quarter. Last thing they needed was to cough the football. Well, they coughed it up, but luckily for them, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, still a long way to go. But when you're losing, every possession takes on a little bit more importance, doesn't it? And in that case, they almost made this game a lot more difficult for themselves by turning it over. Fortunate there.
Here's the first carry of the game for Zach Moss. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Play action. It's Burrow.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Burrow. He'll drop this underneath to Moss. And he is going to have a Bengals first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside, not easily covered. And then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run on 1st down with Moss. And he'll take this down to the 33.
But if you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it, but don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 6. Burrow will throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Commanders are going to get it back here just past the 35.
And partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Play action, now it's Daniels. And got his man, complete. And he'll be touched down at the end, but a big play on that one. After 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run this one right with Robinson.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Now Daniels. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
To throw is Daniels.
He'll get this to Eckler. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
Austin Seibert sets up for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 46. Seibert able to knock this one through. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
After the made field goal, Seibert back out there to kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at their own 17-yard line. They'll set up a throw. Eluding the pressure right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. Burrow looking to pass.
Hits his target. That's Charlie Jones.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 15 yards there for number 15. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Burrow. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
Pass incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Here's Burrow. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. First catch of the game by Higgins, and he's got his guys a first down.
First down, Cincinnati.
Here we go. Big 13. Big 13.
From midfield now, Burrow. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. It's the former number 4 overall pick, Cleveland Ferrell, that got in there to bring him down. If you want a lesson on how to defeat an offensive tackle, that was pretty textbook.
Is that a clip and save?
Yes.
That's what's going to go around the league, and people are going to watch that and say, my goodness, that's how you do it. And I feel awful for the offensive tackle because we always talk about the athleticism of that guy who just beat him. Well, you have to be athletic to try and block that guy. Just in this case, the defense won.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. He'll swing this out to Moss. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And 3rd and 8 now. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt. Back deep here, Jamison Crowder. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday I'll press it a little bit. This might be the case.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. On the counter, this is Robinson. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. Second down and 3. They'll run again here with Robinson. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Daniels now to throw on first down. To the right side and caught by Sennett. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and a yard. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Daniels. Quick slant to Brown. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Looking to throw. Daniels. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Off-play action. Daniels. A quick throw there is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time, and it's 3rd and short. Back to throw again. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
It's been nothing but field goals for this offense so far, and I think this time they've said to themselves, let's put an end to that and put one in the end zone. Nice job there to pick up the conversion on 3rd down and keep this drive moving.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Let's go. Cougar 19.
A first down throw for Daniels. He's got a man on the comeback route. That's McLaurin. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
57, Mike, 57. Let's get that ball.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. He's got his running back out of the backfield. Touchdown, Washington. Austin Eckler, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Commanders are able to add on to that lead. The CD, you know he's got great options at wide receiver, tight end, but there he looks to the backfield, and it results in a touchdown.
I love how you laid that out. So many options. You maybe forget about some of the ones that you should be covering. And they made them pay with that one, didn't they? You forget about the guys in the backfield, they're eligible too.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And Austin Eckler capped it off with the touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
A promising sign there from an offense that hasn't done a whole lot to this point. Nice job to locate the open receiver, and it's good yardage and a first down to open the drive.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Now a short one to Gesicki. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Here we go. Ready?
Throwing again, it's Burrow. Caught by Jones. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll look to throw again. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And a nice gain at 21 yards. It's been all passing all the time on this drive. 5 for 5, and now 1st and goal.
Feels like a case of until they stop us, we might as well keep running the offense that we like to run. Don't change up and do something different just because you think you need to.
Ready?
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To the air again, Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Bengals get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. So the late touchdown there, and that certainly changes things as we move toward halftime.
Yeah, and there's a potential for things to change even more because, remember, they get the ball first to start the third quarter. So they could potentially double up here and take the lead. A great opportunity for them.
Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And that'll make it 13-7. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Here we go on the return from the 1-yard line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. One final possession for the Commanders in this opening half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcoming everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports Halftime Report. The Commanders got a strong first half out of their quarterback, Jaden Daniels. He was on point, throwing a touchdown pass to help his guys take the lead into the break.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Bengal offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they still got a shot.
Options galore here, second and a few inches. They'll look to throw. That's complete once again. It's Gesicki. That one a first down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Bengals.
Let's get set. 180.
He'll drop to throw. It connects quickly to Jamar Chase. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
Here we go.
Burrow on play action. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Cleveland Farrell picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. He'll look to throw. This pass complete to Higgins. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Here is 3rd down and 4. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 29-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
Here we go.
They'll run out of the gun with Moss. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Commanders' 25-yard line.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. They'll go again here with Moss. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. McPherson's kick is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. First possession of the second half now for Washington. They begin the drive with Robinson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. The tight end in motion right. On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To the air goes Daniels. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Robinson up the middle. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
One of the great things about most guys that play on the offensive line is that they have patience and extreme confidence in themselves. This group's gotten pushed around the entire game, haven't been able to move the ball very well. But after picking up a first down, running it there, they'll feel a little bit better about themselves going forward.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
On first down, here's Daniels to throw.
Over the middle here to Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
Brandon, what's even more impressive is that came against double coverage. He gashed them with that reception, even with the extra focus that he drew from the defense.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Back to the ground with Robinson.
And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively.
42 yards rushing for him now to this point. Here now, 2nd and 4. Daniels looking to throw. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
That one was tipped up in the air and fortunately fell away for the defense, because if the offense is able to grab that one, that's a short little jaunt into the end zone, because there's not enough reaction time off of a tip ball for the defense to rally and make a tackle. They were very fortunate on that play.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution, because he realized he's in field goal range, no sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
Austin Seibert sets up for the field goal try. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. Seibert's kick is good, and that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
After the made field goal, Seibert back out there to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And able to get this out to the 25. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now it's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. They'll try and run for this with Moss. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the 1st down.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now it's Burrow. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Burrow will throw. This will be caught by Brown. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down.
1st down, Cincinnati.
Here we go. The Big 13. Big 13.
They'll drop to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So it's a quarter that saw these two teams trade field goals here as we've reached the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Brown on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Burrow looking to pass. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that will bring up second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4 at the 13-yard line.
On 2.
Now Burrow. Buying time to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need him to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes the correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
They'll set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
Flush to his right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third. Third and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
And how about the coverage here in the end zone? That's how you frustrate a quarterback. You get pressure on, and you take away all of his receivers, and he's got to throw it away on third and goal.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. They kept it in the air on 4th, Charles. They ran on 1st and 2nd down, tried it through the air on 3rd and 4th. Couldn't come away with anything on 4th and goal.
And remember, in these situations, the field is really condensed. Everything is squeezed tight. So as a defender, you can actually take more chances here because they won't have as much time to throw the football, and a receiver really can't run past you. If they do, they run out the back of the end zone. Nice job by the...
And a most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild, and at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it, but you know every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. With it is Brown.
Come on, let's go.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger. First play of the drive, excellent run, just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
Here we go, here we go. 180.
So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15.
Right back to Moss. And not much room to speak of. They'll get about 3 up to the 41.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Here we go.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. They'll go up the middle here with Moss.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 14. Here's Burrow. Caught on the right side by Jones.
And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well run route.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 47.
A give running right, Moss. He's got it to the 43 here. Second down and 6 now.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete.
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 29-yard line.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll set up a throw.
He'll drop this underneath to Moss. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 19.
The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the 1st down.
Burrow.
Here's Higgins out on the right side. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Shotgun handoff to Brown here. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
And, partner, when you run the ball on 3rd and 2, you're telling the whole world you've got nothing but confidence in your offensive line and your runner, and you expect to get it. But they were stuffed on that play. Only got 1 yard. Great job by the defensive front, the linebackers. Everyone got involved to force a 4th down.
Who wants it more? This is 4th and a yard. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals have taken a 4th quarter lead. Big 4th down conversion for the score and the defense. That is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now Washington down by a field goal. 2:05 to go. They'll have one play here just north of the 2-minute warning.
Come on. Hey, Mikey, 18.
Daniels now to throw on 1st down. He's got Eckler. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Here comes 2nd down at 5. Back to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Here now, 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down.
Here it is, 4th and inches.
A carry here for the big tight end. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Well, they did the part they had to do. Quick throw got the first down.
But that doesn't allow them to relax. They still have plenty of work to do.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here.
He's back to throw.
Able to find Ertz.
Gosh, given the time and the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so. But it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
Back to throw.
This is Robinson.
Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here.
He'll look to throw.
Pass complete to Robinson.
And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47.
Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Just over 30 seconds remain. Here's 2nd and 10 now. Here's Daniels. He'll get this out wide to Eckler.
They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Well, this defense needing a stop here. Gotta have it. 3rd and 9. To throw is Daniels. Looking Austin Eckler's way again.
And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards.
What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Landover.